Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing with the fanfiction Baked with Love. Today we're going to be doing chapters 3 and 4. Chapter 3, Whisk Taker. The next morning, the cow smell was back. Kirishima pulled into the same dusty parking spot, camera bag slung over one shoulder. The sleepy town looked exactly the same. Quiet, sun-bleached, suspiciously devoid of human life before 10 a.m. He opened the bakery door and was immediately hit with the same impossible warmth, cinnamon, butter, something citrusy this time, and the unmistakable sound of a man swearing at a kitchen appliance. Bakugo's head snapped up from behind the kitchen counter. "You again," he grunted. Kirishima gave his best smile. "I told you I like danger." Bakugo made a sound like a growl, but didn't tell him to leave, which Kirishima counted as progress. "What's on the menu today?" he asked, leaning against the counter like they were friends. Bakugo narrowed his eyes. Same shit, different level of spite. A woman at the corner table, the same one from yesterday, snorted into her coffee. "Two," Bakugo muttered, and turned toward the back. Kirishima blinked. "Sorry?" "You get two things. Don't ask what they are. You'll eat what I give you, and you'll like it." Kirishima's grin widened. Now that's service. A few minutes later, Bakugo slammed down a plate in front of him. A blueberry scone with a sugar glaze that glistened like it was an armor plate, and a square of something dark and dense that looked like it might kill a lesser man. Kirishima dug in without hesitation. His eyes went wide after the first bite. "Okay," he mumbled through a mouthful. "You're actually kind of a genius." Bakugo didn't respond, just wiped his hands on a towel and leaned against the back wall, arms crossed like he was daring Kirishima to say more. He didn't, not yet. He just ate, slowly and thoughtfully. He made sure not to pull out his notebook or his camera, even though the light through the window was perfect and the sugar glaze was catching like it was a damn food commercial. Instead, he glanced around the shop. The decor was minimal. Matte black walls, a few aggressively sarcastic signs, "Eat it or beat it" over the register, "One bite closer to death" above the door, and a small corkboard covered in chaotic handwritten notes from locals. A few pictures were tacked there too, not of the food, but of people. A kid holding a cupcake like it was a treasure, a woman laughing with a fork halfway to her mouth, not posed or polished, but true and real. Kirishima leaned in before he could stop himself. "You done snooping?" Bakugo asked from behind the counter. "You take these?" Kirishima asked. Bakugo shrugged. "They're not a big deal." "They are," Kirishima said without looking away. "You caught something real." Bakugo scoffed. "They're fucking phone pics." Kirishima finally turned, smiling faintly. "Still takes a good eye to see it." Kirishima glanced down at his camera, then back at Bakugo. "Mind if I take a few pictures just to capture the place? You know, the vibe." Bakugo's eyes narrowed and his scowl deepened. "No photos. This isn't a damn studio." Kirishima held up his hands, grinning. "I'm not looking for a photo shoot, just some shots of the food, the kitchen, nothing fancy." Bakugo hesitated, jaw tightening. Then, with a reluctant grunt, he nodded towards the corner. "Fine, don't get in the way and no faces." Kirishima nodded, slipping the camera from its bag, careful to respect the boundary. No faces, no disruptions. "I didn't say I wouldn't post them online," he thought with a small private grin. "It's not a photo shoot, but I didn't say anything about where these shots might end up." He framed his first shot carefully, focusing on the flour-dusted hands kneading dough and the tense line of Bakugo's shoulders moving with practiced force. The way the morning light caught on the steam rising off of a fresh batch of cinnamon rolls. Sometimes capturing truth meant taking risks. Chapter 4, Flour and Fury. Bakugo hadn't even unlocked the damn door when the first person tried to sneak in. By 8:10, there was a line out the door. By 8:45, someone had asked if he saw the feature online. By 9, he was ready to burn the whole town down. And there, in the middle of it, all red hair and smug-ass grin, was him. Kirishima stood by the counter like he belonged there, camera bag slung over his shoulder, sipping a cup of coffee like it wasn't a war zone in here. Bakugo slammed the tray onto the display case. I don't know how, but this is your damn fault. Kirishima blinked, all faux innocent. Mine? I'm just here for a scone. The hell you are. I let you take a few pictures and now it's a fucking bakery circus. He stabbed a finger towards the back. You want to stay? You help or you get the fuck out. Kirishima didn't argue, didn't even blink. He just stepped around the counter like he'd done it 100 times, rolled up his sleeves and said, "What do I do?" Bakugo opened his mouth to tell him to fuck off again, and then someone at the front piped up, "Excuse me, could I just get..." Kirishima turned with the same easy smile. "Of course, what can I get for you?" Bakugo watched him, suspicious, watched how the customers relaxed around him, how he laughed, nodded, made people feel like they belonged here, like this wasn't some hell-scorched corner of culinary judgment. He was good at it, too good. Bakugo clicked his tongue and turned towards the kitchen and muttered, "Fucking people person." Bakugo tried to ignore it, the way people smiled more, how the usual awkward, shuffling, small-town energy in his bakery had been replaced with warmth, laughter, and chatter. Fucking disgusting. And yet, he didn't tell Kirishima to leave. Not when he managed the register without fucking it up. Not when he somehow guessed who liked their coffee black and who was the extra syrup type. Not even when he complimented some kid's shoes and got a drawing handed to him on a napkin. Bakugo caught that moment from across the room, halfway through plating another batch of lemon tarts. Kirishima crouched down eye level with the kid, listening like whatever they said mattered. His laugh echoed across the room, not loud, but real. Bakugo looked away fast, jaw tight. By the time the shop finally emptied out, it was almost noon. He leaned both hands against the counter, exhaling slowly. Flour stuck to his arms. Heat clung to the back of his neck. Kirishima walked around, wiping his hands on a towel like he belonged there. "That was kind of wild, huh?" he said, nudging a chair back into place. Bakugo didn't answer, just gave him a look. Kirishima chuckled. "You don't have to say thanks. I get it." "I wasn't going to." "Didn't think so." A beat passed. Kirishima started to turn towards the door, and Bakugo surprised himself. "You coming back tomorrow?" Kirishima looked over his shoulder, a brow raised. "You asking for help?" Bakugo clicked his tongue, grabbing a rag and pretending to clean the counter. "I'm saying if you're going to show up and cause a damn mess, you can at least make yourself useful again." Kirishima grinned. "I'll be here at 8. Bakugo didn't look up, and he didn't stop him from leaving either. All right, guys, thanks for listening to this next piece of Baked with Love. As usual, the summary for the story and a link to the original on AO3 will be in the description, and I hope you join us next time for the next piece. I hope to see you next time.